this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with the Discover Brightside Video Network, and I have the pleasure of introducing you to an author that I actually met during homecoming, Aggie Pride, as my husband is an Aggie, and I have the benefit of being the spouse of an Aggie. I'm so delighted to meet Renita Morrison, who's written a book about You Are Not Alone. And as many of you know, one of my missions is to get people to read more and, more importantly, get kids to read more. And she has some amazing illustrations, and I was just blown away by this book. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go into the book.
Okay, sure. Um, Glad to be here. Um, I'm a former youth services librarian. I worked at the Iredell County Public Library for 30 years. I know who does that anymore. But anyway, um, my last 15 years working at the library were my best years, where, like I said, I was a youth services librarian. One of my main responsibilities was to order books. I order books for children ages 0 to 18. And during that time, I never did see any books pertaining to mental illness in children or how to deal with it, a storyline. Always nonfiction, but I never did see any fiction books. They had books like No David, which was a cool book. They had books like um, Sophie Gets Angry. I mean, really, really angry. Those were cool books, but they did never see a therapist. So I wanted to see something like that. But as time went on, um, um, there was a mental health crisis in my neighborhood, and right down the street from me, whereas a young man took his father's life.
Oh,
And there was
no.
another incident too happened, and that was really alarming. I was very concerned about that. It really touched me. So one day I was reading a newspaper, and in 2020, the National Alliance on Mental Health was offering a free 12-week class. And so I took the class, and I learned so much from it. Um, that last week of class, everybody scattered because that's when the pandemic hit. But during that time when I was taking the class, I had ideas, and I took pages or pictures off the internet and put them together as to how I want to, you know, lay out my book. And so that's kind of how it all developed as far as me coming up with my book.
That sounds so exciting. I was, I've been working a lot now with children authors and nonprofit organizations, and mental health is so important for children. And getting help early can save someone's life, literally.
Yes.
And now, when
Mhm.
you see all these shootings going on in the schools and everything that's going on around us, talks so much about it. But mental health is such a stigma. People think, if I go to a therapist, they'll think I'm a loony toony, and so especially a parent is going to want to protect a child,
Right.
from stigma, and we have to overcome that by creating an awareness. So I
Right.
applaud you for writing a book like this, and especially for our community. To have a book like this is so valuable and so precious. But you
Yes.
talked about used books. I never heard of a librarian that was of a used books. How does anybody, first of all, I know we work with self-published authors, and it's impossible sometimes to get into a library. They have all these rules and boards to approve the books, and how does one get a book into the library? That's a big step. Yeah.
Well, you said, how does one get a
Yeah,
book
like
to
if
the library?
I'm a self-published author and I want to get into a library.
Oh, well, because I because I worked at the library, I'm well known.
Yeah.
And I work with some of the people that I work with the reference librarian. I work with the circulation librarian. I just know them, and so um, they know me and what my goal was, and so they helped me. So it wasn't really a problem for me to get my book into the library.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. That's wonderful news. Yes, so you are not alone. That's a wonderful theme because children, especially, are left alone at home, and I completely understand how difficult that can be. So yeah, tell us a little bit about You Are Not Alone.
yes, well, I really struggled with the title. Um, I had started off with in a dark place. I had I had so many titles that I wanted to I thought of, but I said no, I don't think that's too dark. So I did come up with You Are Not Alone. Um, Children need to know that they are not the only ones that are having mental health crisis. Um, Children need to be assured that they are loved, they are cherished, and parents want them to communicate. So you, the child, needs to know that they are not alone. They can talk to someone that they can trust. Um, Auntie or grandma, but you are not alone. It's for anyone that is not feeling loved. Um, I feel that because I use the word you, hopefully that'll grab their attention, and especially my brown children. Um, their attention to read the book. Um, the book is for brown children. It's for all children, but especially for brown children, because a lot of times um, parents of color are not going to go to a therapist.
No,
Um,
no,
many
yeah,
years ago, they, like you said, they thought of it as being crazy. If you go to a therapist, you are crazy. But it's not like that no more. Um, they need to know that they can see a therapist, and it is cool, and you can work out your problems. So that's how I
yeah.
can you and I.
That is so important. And so the book is available on Amazon, I'm guessing, and everywhere that books are sold. Get the book. We highly encourage that you get the book. And as we say, write a review. One of the things that we do at Discover Brightside is two things. We do videos because when you rank online or social media, when you put a video up, because of the Google search engine, your ranking goes up. And the second thing that we do is reviews, because when you have reviews, then your credibility goes up, and your book starts to show up in more places than it just being there on your Facebook page and nobody saw it. But when you have a review written, and what's good about it is you can write a review for someone else as well, so you become known for writing reviews, and more people write reviews for you. So it's a mutual thing. Like if you go on Instagram and you follow someone and they follow you, and now you have a friend.
Yeah.
So the same way with the people who do reviews. So we highly recommend that you write a review for this fantastic book, You Are Not Alone, and go get it today. It's
Yes.
available on Amazon and everywhere, and it has such beautiful illustrations as well. And definitely, our community needs to be aware that if a child needs help, go get help. There's tons of resources now, from Renita's time and my time when there was no help. Now this is a generation where we have a lot of resources, so there's no excuse to cover anything up. And remember, you can be smarter, brighter, faster if you get help. So, thank you for writing that book. And you have been discovered on Brightside. And we welcome you as a new author. and I will definitely make the book available at our bookstore as well. So thank you
Okay.
so much for joining
Well,
us.
thank you. Thank you for having me.